Okay, now it's working. I don't see a little bubble now, and I hope that works better on your end. When you guys start popping on, let me know if you can see it now. I don't know what was going on. It was the strangest thing. I've never seen anything like it before. Hopefully you guys can see this one is live now, because I think the other one was starting to load, so we're gonna have to delete that one. So for those of you that are popping on, hi Deanne. Okay, so is this better? Because it looks better on my end. Hi. Okay, so that was the weirdest thing. It was asking me all kinds of weird questions, which it normally doesn't. And it didn't take the thumbnail picture, which it normally does. Like, it was just a very weird thing. Very bizarre. And it was like this tiny little bubble on my screen that I could move around, but I couldn't do anything with it. I don't know. It was weird. Okay. Glad crisis averted. So, as I was saying, so what we're going to do, I have to change everything now because change my camera angle. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to do a Northern Lights. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Wendy. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad. I won't be too long, I promise. So the Northern Lights is always so popular, and these clipboards are becoming really popular. So I thought, why not try it on a clipboard? So I'm doing it a little bit different than I do the cups. I'm not going to put my trees on now. So what I've done is I just completely taped off like 100% this whole top clip area with electrical tape, and I sprayed 2 coats of a black flat matte spray. That's so weird. So weird. Okay, I'm glad it's working out. So that's all I've done so far. And then I have all of my normal colors that I have in my Northern Lights kit, which you can find on my website. So we have this beautiful chunky purple. We have this beautiful holographic blue. You should. It's a lot of fun. I love how they come out. We have this stunning color, which is like a very, very deep gray, soft black. That's also a holographic. We have this awesome green. We have this color shifting pink. We have some stars. And I added one more color. So I added a neon yellowish green just to bring out some brightness in our cup, in our board here. Isn't it pretty? So those you can find in the kit on my website right now. Some of them you can find individually, like in the 2-ounce packs, and then the others are just only available in the kit. So I have a little bit of epoxy here, and we're gonna do the same epoxy method that you would do. I hope I made enough on your cup. So if you were glittering a cup, epoxy method, same concept here. Okay, so you're going to add very, very little, just enough to cover the board and get your glitter to stick. I hope I made up enough, otherwise I'm in trouble right now. I think so. Really got to work it. This is the front of the clipboard. So you can see the clip right here. I just covered it all in electrical tape so it wouldn't get sprayed. So what you can do with these too is, if you wanted, you could put, like if you were planning to put words on it, you could mirror image the words, put it on your board, and then do all of your decoration. And then when you flip it over, if you're doing a clear one like this is, then you would see the words on the back. Because when you're writing, you see the back, right? All right. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, so I don't tape the back or anything like that. If for some reason there's a little bit of Actually, I don't know. I haven't looked. Yeah. So there's nothing on the back. I know you can't really tell from there. It's all glary. I just laid it flat to spray it and then just sprayed it. So nothing got on the back of it. If for some reason epoxy gets on the back, you can just get if you have a razor, like a razor blade, and it just kind of pops right off. So it's pretty easy to get off. I mean, you obviously don't want to try to put a bunch on there, but don't stress too much about it. Okay. Just a little bit more. Make sure you get real close up here to the clip. Okay. So I'm just going to smooth. Just going to take my finger and I'm just going to run down, just kind of in one direction here. I'm just getting that nice and smooth. All right. Now let's glitter. So usually I have these cool little straws, but I ran out and shipping is taking forever. So I happen to have this other random little tiny spoon that we're going to use. Okay. So I kind of have no idea where I'm going with this, to be honest with you. So I usually start with my Northern Lights. I start with the greens. So I'm going to bring my color from all the way down from the bottom all the way up to the top. And then I'm going to lay vinyl trees on it after it's cured. So I'm going to do the same concept here. And I'm going to hold my spoon way up high and sprinkle a little bit of the green. This one is kiwi. So this one is one of the ones in the Northern Lights kit. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit up top. Remember, the key with these is less is more. Okay. So I'm going to incorporate some of the brightness one. I'm saying brightness because I don't have a name for it. And that actually kind of color shifts too. That's pretty cool. Can you see how it kind of turns to like an actual green? Okay. All right. I'm going to pull in some of our blue. Isn't it pretty? So this is Sky. Let's see. Sky is one of the ones that you can buy, purchase it on its own. It's also in the kit too, but if you wanted to just purchase it on your own, you could. And let's see. So I'm kind of just meeting them in the middle. Pull in a little bit of the blue down here. My only fear is it's going to come out like splotchy looking. I don't know. This is an experiment. The board was only $3, so it's one of those things where it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But my kids will like it. Okay, so this, we're going to do the pink. This is bubblegum. This is in the kit as well. I'm going to put my trees on the top. So I'm going to let this completely cure. Watch this one, you guys. So it's pink, right? Watch. Look how it changes to a purple. Isn't that cool? What? This one is my favorite color to use on the Northern Lights. It is awesome. I've actually never done it like on a tumbler just by itself. Yes, so sorry, I lost my train of thought with the pink. I got distracted by pretty glitter. So I'm going to let this cure overnight. And then in the morning, I'm going to put another coat of epoxy on just to smooth it out. And I use my silicone brush and I just brush kind of a layer on. You can get a Q-tip to kind of go around your edges to clean up your edges. And then once that's cured, Then I'll lay down the trees, and if I put any kind of vinyl lettering at the top, I'll put that on as well, and then do one more coat of epoxy on top of that. All right, so I'm going to pull in some Rocket here. This is kind of pulling together some of these dark areas. Just kind of help blend those colors a little bit. I have no rhyme or reason. This is just very similar concept to the cup. All right, so now this one is a little bit chunkier. So this is kind of a chunky purple, and it just adds a little bit of texture to our board here. And I'm not going to add too much. I'm just going to do little bits here and there. Okay. All right, what colors do we need? I think I'm going to pull in a little bit more of the bright. I want to get some more bright colors in here. Sorry, my hand's in the way. Cover up this kind of spot right here. Okay. Now we're going to go back to bubblegum because it's the best one on a Northern Lights. Yes. So I'm glittering the whole thing, and I'm going to put glitter where my trees are. And then when I lay the trees on top, then it's going to give the effect that the stars are behind the trees. Does that make sense? If you're doing Northern Lights cups, you need this color in your life. I'm telling you. It is perfect. Yeah, so I'm just going to lay, and I'm not going to do like a whole forest worth of trees. I'm just going to lay, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 kind of down here at the bottom. And then I think I'm going to put a quote at the top. Maybe something like "reach for the stars" would be cute. Get outside. So right now it's just available in the kit, but I would be more than happy to make it available for you guys to just buy on its own. I'll do whatever you want. No joke, I just want to dump this. It's so pretty. Okay, so let's see. All right, I think we got some pretty good coverage. I don't know if it's going to come out looking Northern Lights or it's going to come out looking tie-dye. I honestly have no idea. I was attempting a Northern Lights storyboard tumbler, and it's a hot mess. I should totally put that on there. Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. Could you imagine people's reactions? Oy vey. That's what I want to tell people though. All right. So let's see, let's add some stars. So I'm just going to do a couple stars throughout the top here. It does look more galaxy, huh? And it's hard to tell once I get the trees on. Not sure how that's going to change it. If it's still going to look galaxy. or if it'll look more Northern Lights. I don't know. All right. The awesome part about these stars, you get the kit, they come in the kit, but they will last you forever because you really need like 10 per project. I mean, unless you're covering your whole cup in the stars, but they will last forever. You guys want bubblegum available on its own? I should. Okay, so I'm just going to push these down just a little bit. Make sure that they are getting into the epoxy there, just so they'll actually stick. Okay. Maybe a couple more just for kicks. So I try to just hold them up. Yes, for bubblegum? Okay. You got it. I'll need to get more in stock, but I will definitely put that up for you. Okay. I think we're okay on the stars. You can't really see them on camera, can you? You can see them more in person. So when I put my stars, I put like 3 or 4 on my fingers and I hold it up high and I just drop them because I don't want them to look like they're placed. I want it to look more stars. Okay, deal. Twist my arm. I want it to look like the sky and that they're just kind of randomly floating within the sky like a Bob Ross. All right. So now the tricky part is to take this tape off. I'm not gonna lie, it gives me anxiety. It's kind of like taking the trees off of your cup when you're doing the Northern Lights. Can I make one that looks like a shooting star? I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure how I would do that. I could get some Shazam, which is the silver holographic that you can find on the website, and probably sprinkle a little bit of Shazam. Wendy knows. Wendy's on here. She knows. She knows all about Shazam. And then you could kind of drizzle some Shazam maybe behind a couple stars. That would kind of look cool. I think that's probably the best way that I would say to do a shooting star. Now you want to make sure that you do take your tape off because you don't want your epoxy to cure to the tape. And hopefully we tape this off well enough. There you go. See, I knew she knows Shazam. Shazam. Yeah, you can do vinyl streaks too. You can maybe even cut one out in vinyl and do like a bigger one so it's a little bit more noticeable. Or you could, yeah, which might be a good way to go about it. I'm trying to figure out how to take this tape off without like smashing my finger through the board. And I'm really gonna be mad at myself. Have you guys have you tried the clipboards yet? Oh, I won't. I'll do that at the end. I want to make sure they're all down. And then I'll turn it around so you guys can see it from the actual top view here, because I know my hands are blocking it. Sorry. on the outside, you got a handle, which is kind of nice. Isn't that cute? I thought it'd be fun. Why not, right? All right, there we go. Whew! We did it. Okay, so hang on. Remember to have it lay completely flat. If it's at the slightest bit of angle, everything's going to cure wonky. It's going to be uneven. All right, so I see a couple of spots just kind of around the edge, so I'm going to get Rocket. No, so because I'm doing the epoxy method, so even when I do Northern Lights tumblers, because I do the epoxy method with it, there's no need to seal it. That glitter is pretty well stuck on there. So this one I won't. Once it's cured, then I'm just gonna add another layer of epoxy down on top. And that's my favorite part of this style, because right now, even as sparkly as it looks, the glitter does kind of dull. But then when you add that epoxy on top, this bad boy will come to life, and the glitter, like, it's awesome. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I'm just kind of going around and I'm checking out some spots that maybe are slightly bare, maybe didn't quite get enough. Okay, guys, does it look splotchy? Because it looks splotchy to me. I feel like maybe I should have done more streakage. So you tell me, because I don't know. I wasn't really going for splotchy, but sometimes that's just how it ends up. This green or this green? The darker green or the neon? I can't tell what it needs. Dark. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. This one. Yeah, that's the one I was kind of adding. That's this one right here. That's the one I was kind of adding a little bit more. Yeah, I agree. I only wanted tiny touches of that. Just a little bit. Now the question, leave it alone. Keep going. Does anybody else have this struggle where you're just like, okay, well, just a little bit more. Okay, well, just a little bit more. You just never know when to well enough leave it alone. I need someone to come smack my hand or something. Just adding a little bit of blue. Yeah, you can't beat that pink in this, for sure. One of these days, I need to try this on a tumbler. Not Northern Lights, but just like on a tumbler. And I want to see. Me too. The struggle is real. I'm telling you guys, the struggle is real. And I know you guys can relate to that. Okay. Bubblegum through the blue. Let's see. Try not to cover up my stars either. I'm curious to see with the bubblegum how it would look on a black base tumbler, because Well, I always do it on a black base. I'm curious how it would look on a white base tumbler, actually. Like, would it still have that color shift? Okay. I think I'm gonna add a little more pink here, and then I'm gonna leave well enough alone. You're gonna have to stop me, because I'll just keep glittering all day long. At least long enough until my husband gets my kids into bed. All right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone before I keep going and mess it up or something. So we're gonna see how this goes. And I'm gonna see how this cures, and I'm super excited to get that other coat of epoxy on. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. I love it. I'll have to get more because I'm kind of low on stock on it right now. So I will up my inventory and get that on the website for you guys. Okay. All right. So I think we did pretty good. I'm anxious to add the trees and have it all put together. So I will make sure to post a picture of it when it's done, the final product, and then I'll post updates in the group. So I know a lot of you are in our group right now. If you're not in our group, join us, Carly's Creations, Tumblers, and more on Facebook. And I'll post updates on this clipboard there. And then I'll post a final picture product here as well. So I hope you guys like this. I hope it turns out the way that I'm thinking it's going to turn out. We shall see, but it's all about experimenting and learning and creating something fun, right? So, all right. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you guys could hop on. I know this was totally last minute and it's late across the country for some of you. So, that's it. All right. Have a great night. Talk to y'all later. Bye.